Hi everybody, we're back with another math game, and this game is called Skunk, in case you didn't see that. Addie's here playing with me again, and this game is really simple because all you need is a piece of paper, a pencil or pen or marker, and 2 dice. So that's all you need for this game. And we're playing it outside before it rains. Hopefully we'll get this game in before it starts to rain on us. But this game is a lot of fun because it takes a little bit of strategy, and then you could use it for addition or multiplication. So whichever one you feel like practicing that day, or whichever one your child wants to work on more, you can do that. So step number 1 to get prepped for the game is just grab your piece of paper, and you're just going to write the letters for the word skunk down the paper in 2 spots. So just, cut your paper in half there with the marker, and then just SKUNK for this person, and the same for this person. So this will be my side of the paper, and this will be Addie's side of the paper. If you both want your own pen, that's fine. We just have one marker out. And here's how the game works. So we'll start with addition this time. And you have your 2 dice. Step number 1, you roll your 2 dice. Now this is a bad roll to start with because the goal of the game is to score more than your opponent. Now the reason why this roll is bad is because anytime you roll a 1, it actually makes your score a 0. Right. So I'm gonna start over so that we can show you without hopefully a 1 how this game gets going. Okay, so each of these letters in the word skunk represents 1 round of the game. So there are 5 rounds total. Like I said, your goal is to score the most. So when I roll, I'm going to add my 2 numbers together. Okay, so I rolled a 4 and a 3. And you might even want to talk with your child about your addition strategies. And if you're thinking back to earlier in the year with addition strategies that you might have seen come home, we would call this a doubles plus 1, because really there is a doubles fact, 3 plus 3, which is 6, plus 1 more, which would be 7. So for round number 1, I scored a 7. So I just put 7 for my first S, okay? Now let's go back to what I was just talking about. The 1s are pretty much your enemy, because anytime you roll a 1, it brings your score to 0. So I have to decide on my next turn, do I want to try to roll again for the K and chance rolling a 1, which would reset my score back to 0, or would I rather just stop and take 7 as my score for the whole game? Okay, so we'll let Addie take her turn, and we'll see what happens.
Hopefully I don't roll a 1. Yes.
What'd you get?
4.
Okay, so she's gonna write 4 for her S for round number 1. Now, one thing I'm thinking about when I'm playing this game is that 7 is not a very high score, especially if she's already got 4. So I'm going to take the chance, and I am going to roll for the round of K, for the second round here. All right. Okay, I rolled a 3 plus 3, which is a double stacked, and 3 plus 3 is 6. Now here's what I do. Since I had 7 last time, I have to add 6 to that. So I can just write it on the paper if I want to, 7 plus 6, or I could just write my new score here. 7 plus 6 is 13. So now that is my new score for round 2. Now Addie has a choice to make. And what are you thinking right now for round number 2? Are you gonna roll, or are you gonna take 4 as your score?
I think I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, you would almost have to. Do you know why?
Because 13 and 4 are definitely a big difference.
Yes.
And
So if you took 4 as your score, then I would already win. So you kind of have to roll. All right.
I don't get a 1. Yes!
Ooh.
So that is 11, and 11 plus 4 is 15. So
Okay.
that's 2 higher than what Mom had.
So for round 2, what's your score?
My score is 15.
Right, because you had 4 the first time, and you just rolled 11. So 4 plus 11 is 15. Okay, now we're on to round 3. So again, I have to make that decision. Do I want to try to roll and possibly get a 1, and that would bring my score to 0? And another rule that you want to think about that I didn't mention yet is if I roll 2 ones, my entire score goes to 0 and I'm done for the game.
Oof.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Oh.
Oops. Oh. Okay, so I'm back down to 0 now. I still have a chance because we still have 2 rounds left, but that stinks. All right, your turn. Oh, what are you thinking? Do you want to skip this roll or keep your 15?
I mean, you could do anything. I think
You're pretty far ahead right now.
I'll skip it.
Okay, so you can do this however you want to. You can just, put a slash through it, or you could just write 15 since she's just keeping her score the same and she's skipping that round. That's not a bad choice. I don't blame you on that one. Okay, so we're on to round 4. I really need to roll something good here because I'm down to 0.
2 plus 2.
2 and 2. Okay, so 2 plus 2 is 4. It's better than nothing. So there's my score for round 4. And what is your choice for round 4?
It's pretty risky if I roll. But I mean, you're still pretty down than what I have, so I think I'm still gonna skip it.
Okay, so again, you can put a slash through it, or since she's skipping her roll, she's just gonna keep her 15 points. So going into the final round, I've got 4 points. And she has 15 points. So I'm definitely going to roll. I just have to take the chance and hope that I roll something big. All right, here we go. No, I rolled a 5 and a 1. So that takes me down to 0 again. So for round 5, I'm at 0. Now you still have a choice because you could roll or you could keep it.
If I do roll and get a 1, then I'm basically done.
Right.
But if I do win a really good number, I think I might roll.
Okay.
Lucky. Please be lucky.
You're so lucky.
Oh,
what did you roll?
Gosh. 11.
Okay. Do you want to do some addition here on your paper?
So 15. How about 10 plus 10 equals 20. So then plus, that would be plus 5. It's 25. Then plus 1 equals 26. And then adding 10. So 10 plus 10.
Well, hang on.
Plus 10 equals 30.
You rolled an 11, right? So let's think through this for a second. You already had 15. So you're taking a 10 from here and a 10 from here. So you already took care of your 10s.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Okay, there you go. So what's your final answer?
So my final answer is 26.
All right, so put your score for Kay. 26.
20.
And she wins the game.
Booyah!
Good game. So, fun game, super simple. It's kind of cool to see how the kids decide, when should I roll, when shouldn't I roll? And one of the best ways to help them through deciding that is just modeling out loud and talking about why you would roll and why you wouldn't roll. And that gives them a great model for just that reasoning and thinking out loud. You could do this with multiplication as well. So if we were to roll the 2 dice, what you could do instead of adding is you could multiply, and that could be your score as well. So if you're wanting it to be a little bit more difficult, you could do that too. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, this game is called Skunk. We had a lot of fun. Thank you, assistant. And I will post the directions for how to play this game when we post the video. See you later.